Tele-Games, and this silver faceplate, this ancient looking wood, and video arcade where normally there is Atari on what is obviously an Atari, and not just any Atari. This is a Heavy Sixer. A Tele-Games video arcade Atari Heavy Sixer from Sears from 1977. I just featured this in a video. I purchased it from Amazon. It was an Amazon renewed, excellent condition, and I'll say, given that this was made in 1977, yeah, that's an excellent by today's standards. I also purchased another Tele-Games Atari. This one, which I ordered as a replacement to that Heavy Sixer because, again, previous video, you can check it out if you want, but it got lost in the mail. I saw this pop up on Amazon. Now, this was Amazon renewed excellent. This was Amazon good. It was $10 less, $99.88. I wanted a Heavy Sixer, and that's what I thought I was getting, but as I mentioned in the video, I'm doing a return on this one because, well, it's a Light Sixer. It's not a Heavy Sixer, even though it was pictured as a Heavy Sixer. Heavy Sixers are ever so much taller than the Light Sixer, which is going to be the same height as the standard 4-switch Ataris. The thick bezels compared to the thin, the curve there on the front compared to the angular. And this is 1978, by the way. The Heavy Sixer, September the 5th of 1977. Don't have an exact date on these, but from what I understand, it was July of 1978, so not quite a year on the Heavy Sixer. And then these came out and lasted for 2 years until the 4-switch came out in 1980. Another thing, check this out. The little speaker grill's pretty prominent here on this Tele-Games Light Sixer, but look at the Heavy Sixer. No speaker grills at all. Okay, this isn't a comparison video. This is a video where I'm thinking, you know, I might just keep this, but if I do, I need to make sure this thing works. Did come with a couple extra things. Another later than the year that this was joystick. So this is the black here. So getting into the Vader console era, but look at that. It's also genuine Atari, also doesn't have feet on the bottom. So 2 Tele-Games consoles, 2 genuine Atari joysticks. But this one also came with a genuine Atari power brick. We'll see if this works. I guess that's part of the testing that we're about to do with this Light Sixer, a Tele-Games Light Sixer. Let's find out if it works. First things first, let's find out. Can you hear that? The end looks good. See, that's intact. Just a little bit of age squeak, and that feels dry, like old, still rubbery enough to move, but definitely aged. Extension cord here. I'm going to plug into it. Oh, look at that. I just now saw this. So that needs, holy crap. What year is this one? That is stout. I'm having to get a tool to bend this. Yeah, built a little different than things today. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Unloaded, we can see this is just slightly over 14, which is good. And I let this sit for 5 minutes. Sometimes if you just plug them up and test right away, might get a lower voltage. This is a safe, usable power adapter. That is, of course, assuming that this console properly steps down the power to 9 volts internally. We'll know in a second because I'm about to plug this up. But as I was told by regular viewer Tar Starkerus, unplug this before you plug it into the console. So that's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna turn this around and there is the power adapter labeled on these older ones. You can see the ports are labeled, power adapter labeled, so I'm going to turn that around. You know, I might as well, since I have it turned around, go ahead and plug up this joystick. Okay, a little editing, so you don't have to see me fumble around with cords. I'm going to move that off. That way I can see down in these grills. You probably can at your angle, but I can. Plug this up, make sure nothing pops or nothing sparks. Okay, TV on. Let me grab a game here. Now, what game am I going to use? I'll just use the first game that I have close here, and that's Berserk. So let's pop Berserk in. See, I'm going to set this to color. I'm going to set it to novice. Okay, didn't even test these switches like I did the other. You know, they all feel good and usable. This one could use some deoxit right here. It's a little stiff, but I think it's going to work fine. The rest of these feel good. So I've got it on color. I've got it on novice. Here's the moment of truth time. You know what? There's one other chord. It'll eventually get here. Yeah, need to plug it to the TV. I try to let you experience everything along with me, the good and the bad. So here we go. Now the test. Ew. That is a dirty looking signal. And right away, I can't move on this joystick. So I'm assuming that's going to be a joystick problem. Let me try another joystick. First, I'm going to try the old unplug, replug thing a few times. And with some select time editing, you didn't have to sit through it all. Nope. Okay, so I still can't move, but I can shoot. Let's try a known good controller. I just used this one on that Heavy Sixer, so let's see. I don't like the dirtiness of this signal. When I hit reset here, start a game, and it's not shooting right away, I can move. So clearly, it was the joystick, not the actual console, but boy, this thing has a dirty signal. You see all that? Also, why is this starting with them shooting? Usually Berserk, just different modes. There we go, one. Let me reset this. Okay, here we go. So I guess for whatever reason, maybe I hit the select and didn't realize it. Okay, so Berserk works, but it does have this dirty signal. And I can actually see down in this console. So let me try at the back of the TV. Oh, okay. So see, maybe it is at the back of the TV. Maybe I don't have it seated in well. No, that's seated perfectly fine on the back of the TV. So it is not the TV connection, but I can move on this. And you see that changing? So that tells me that it is either not connected properly on the board, which is very likely on the inside here, or that board connection has come unsoldered, which is also quite likely given the age of this console. So taking everything that I know now, and I'm just sharing this as an experience video at this point, not as a review. There's definitely some stuff going on inside this thing. It's not primo. It's not what I consider good, because good, at the very least, cosmetics aside, good needs to function properly. What I've learned today, the Amazon Renewed Excellent from Rock 30 Games truly is excellent. It looks good and it functions properly. The only thing wrong is it was missing one foot on the bottom. That's a non-problem for me. This Amazon good, not so good, dirty signal cuts in and out. I planned on keeping that. That was the setup for this video. If it played well, I was going to keep it. That way I would have 2 of these Tele-Games and maybe a hint of some other things to come. Any vintage equipment that you buy online, you know, it's always a turkey shoot. You never really know what you're going to get until you get it. Amazon has that A to Z guarantee and a quality guarantee. And that's what's going to allow me to return this one. And I guess keep playing on the one that I'm definitely keeping, that I am oh so happy with. So my old favorite definitely has some competition, at least in the eyeball market, when I'm walking by and I look at them. I mean, can't go wrong with a 4-switch Woody. But I've left this connected for a week and have been playing on it, so that says something. There's 2 Tele-Games. Comment below with what you think about all this. I might as well end this on a high note with how it's supposed to work. Heavy Sixer style. Good stuff. They fire on this level though. And fire into each other apparently. But some Berserk play on the Atari Heavy Sixer. Thanks for watching.